often complaining of eyes hurting, feeling tired when reading, getting headaches. And this is an eye-opener to a lot of parents because it actually shows what's going on. Here's an example of this.
Your back pain once and for all. End your suffering today. Call Dr. Fernando Ranella, the Center for Back Pain Management, 561-819-6325. That's 561-819-6325 or injectpainaway.com.
Now you can get Talk 1470 WNN on 95.3 FM too. Loud and clear, Health and Wealth Radio, WNN.
Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
Grab your gloves and booties for an innovative method to reduce pain and inflammation. Cryotherapy at Fire and Ice Spa briefly exposes the body to extremely cold temperatures to stimulate better health, fitness, weight loss, healing, and beauty benefits. This cold craze is not just for athletes and gym rats anymore. Call Fire and Ice Spa to book your appointment, 954-906-5656. Used locally or on the whole body, experience the positive effects on visible signs of aging, mood and sleep disorders, and much more. Contact Fire and Ice Spa at 954-906-5656.
Fire and Ice! Fire and Ice! Fire and Ice!
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shut down in May.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to all our friends in South Florida, Atlanta, New York City, Boston, Chicago, and it is cold up there.
Not here.
It is cold up there, baby. It is snowing in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, I saw Boston. Oh my goodness.
In North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Our kids are
home on a snow day.
They are snowed in cleaning.
Tallahassee got 2 inches.
Blizzard.
Ooh. Blizzard. And where were you yesterday?
I was not.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I was not setting off a missile in Japan.
There was a
promise.
missile in Japan, false warning in Japan. Same thing.
Not me. I
And
didn't do
it
Hawaii,
happened
and
because we did the show yesterday, and the FBI, I called them. They're running a fingerprint.
You know, when they walk in the door here, it's all going to be your fault, my friend.
Yeah, I told them, come. Because every time we talk about it, it happens.
It happens.
But anyway, welcome to all our friends. It is going to be cold tonight. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up to 28 to 36 degrees. I spoke to my friend.
Not here.
Not here.
In Boca.
Get out of here.
He's got a different friend than we
Johnny.
have.
Johnny, you hearing this, Johnny?
No.
I am hearing it. It's going to be chilly.
It's going to
be
be
chilly.
I
It's
need
not
to
going to be
change my
that
clothes.
cold.
It's going to be 26 to 38 degrees, according to my friend Chris Farrell.
Oh, we need to call Chris Farrell.
I spoke to him this morning.
Donnie, you need to let us know what's happening.
Hey, no, what you doing to the
click
camera?
one chick. I didn't touch the
Why
camera.
is it every time I
here.
fix a camera, you like move?
Here's this thing with this new camera we have is it's a mirror image. So I'm on the left here and I'm on the right next to
Dawn,
you.
it's been 2 years. You've always
so
been,
that you can
you've
visualize
always been
yourself
alone.
from a different perspective. Thank you.
It is exactly why we have 3D learner on the set today.
How long you guys been together?
Isn't this funny? Because now I'm backwards on the camera. It's always what it is. You can find us on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. 95.3 FM 1470 AM. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We have a new cafe set in the house. Come on down and join our show. Our studio audience chairs are set. Our cafe is set. We just moved from one location to another. The beauty of this gallery is it's always changing, right?
Fabulous.
Things, doors open.
I appreciate it. I'm one of those people that always wants to move furniture. So
You want to move furniture?
She doesn't change the dresses, but she changes furniture a lot.
Mark, there's one folding chair that I have been moving around this room for about 2 hours today. And he
Well,
says,
first
will
of
you
all-
stop?
First of all, the funny thing is, I never knew this about her. I got to leave a chair as a floater. If you don't have a chair as a floater, she explodes. She's moved that chair over there about 27 times.
That's right.
in case someone comes for dinner. I
She
don't know.
moves it, she moves it back. She moves it, she moves it back. I says,
One of the things I like about people who move furniture, doesn't cost a penny.
My husband moves furniture around the house. It's exactly it.
I
Same
don't-
furniture, it costs nothing. You just shift it around the house.
I don't move no furniture.
It just stays where it is.
I'm not moving
Look
nothing.
at the set now. We've got our 8 chairs back. There are about 60 women floating through here. And they came and they sat down. I said, can we help you? And they said, I'm looking for the DJ.
That was me. I said,
what
how can I
DJ?
help you?
They
What,
said
what,
the
what
DJ.
can I
They
do
were
for
looking
you?
for you.
They're looking for me.
They just said, we're just going to sit and wait for the DJ. So they were waiting for you, Freddie.
Who are they? Anybody know who they are?
I don't know. You said it was the
bus
Rotary
tour?
group. It was a women's group. I don't know, women's networking group.
We
There's
gotta
a
find
lot
out.
of networking groups. If you're ever looking to host an event, a networking event, women's group, book signing, party, birthdays, whatever it is, the space here is amazing. There's 11,000 square feet. We're at 1440 North Federal Highway. Mira loves all the art over there on that side of the gallery
do.
now.
We have
It
plans?
really
Good for
brightens
us
it
to
up.
focus up. Yeah, it's
it
great.
does. It changes the whole complexity of what we're trying to accomplish. So, you know, when in Rome, do as the Romans. So now we got Studio B over here working out. We're going to put a cafe in there. We're going to maybe change some things around. We're just getting a feel for it. Do some negotiations in there. It's kind of fun.
Maybe I can come teach some kids up here.
Maybe. Why not?
I'm
We
missing
have-
some of those kids, I have to tell you. Some of those kids from Salt Academy. I was thinking about it. I miss some of those kids. They were really special kids. We have a new backdrop behind us. Thank you, Amy Rashevsky. It looks beautiful instead of sitting against it. We had a set behind us, just the picture wasn't as big as I am, but you couldn't see it. So this looks really beautiful. So thank you to her. And we got 3D Learner on the set today.
Now, before we go to 3D
Last
Learn,
night's show was great, too.
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You got to say hello
Hello, too.
to the board up.
Hello, Johnny on spot.
Hello.
Look at, he has his microphone and everything ready.
He has said he's got his headphones.
I tell you, he set up the board all by himself today.
I love on-the-job training. That's an
I'm wearing my
awesome.
big boy pants today.
That's the only way we can really do training here is because there's no way to really describe what we do even when we do a show. People have to come and watch. We actually have a guest coming to watch today.
Who?
A friend of Mira's. And I said, can you come in 2 weeks? And she says, no, I don't want to wait that long. I'll be there tomorrow.
There you go.
That's
See?
Octavia.
So Octavia's coming to join us today. I look forward to hearing her story. She wrote a book, and we'll talk about all of that later or
I
another
wrote a
day.
book.
You got
You wrote a
page
book?
two.
I got the page
You
two,
wrote
so
a book
what?
or you read a book?
I wrote a book.
He's writing.
2 pages.
Two.
Listen, that's
That's an
an
accomplishment.
it's an amazing accomplishment. I'm not going to tell you how long it took.
You know how many people wish they had 2 books written?
I'm still looking at the earpiece you got wrapped
What
around.
do you want me to do?
2 pages?
I have to wrap it around.
You know, when I was in college, they teach you to cheat out when you're on camera.
Yeah.
And I'm cheating out looking at your ear while you've got this wire wrapped around your ear. It's really
Listen,
funny.
it's much better than, we have a new video set up in our office as well, which is pretty neat. And the guy that comes in with the 2 earbuds and they look like they're broken.
Aren't
right?
those crazy?
And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's taking them out and they're just the piece
Little
with no
pieces.
one. I'm like, you know, I keep seeing people walk down the street with these broken headphones.
I said that to someone. I said, what are those? He said, those are headphones. I'm sorry for being disrespectful. And he
They're
pulls
Bluetooth.
them out.
They're Bluetooth,
You know,
but they're
those
both
things
of them,
still
and
make
they're
me
just.
a little nervous.
I don't like
the
that.
Bluetooth
You look
things.
like you're wearing 2 antennas out here.
But I'll tell you, this guy's got a Cisco system. We
It's
use in
pretty
combination
awesome.
with Spark and WebEx. Fantastic system.
And Spark, it's awesome. You can do video conferences across the phone as soon as I learn how to use it. So, Johnny, you're welcome to come train me.
That's going to be our challenge.
Johnny
Talk
on the
about
spot.
hands-on training. Here we go.
Hey, Johnny, I wanted to pipe in here because we waited a couple of days to let you get your feet wet. But usually the board operator, like when we had Connecticut and everything, she knew 5 languages. Remember that?
How many languages? No, if she had voices.
She spoke 5 languages. French. That's a language, isn't it?
Something like that.
French is a language, yes.
She only had voices. She would do the
She
French
would
maid for you.
She would speak the voices, but she spoke 5 languages.
Are you sure they were the languages or just the voice?
No language.
I
She
could
spoke
do
in
English
French.
There you go.
Like that. She did English
Johnny, you
accent.
speak any other languages?
I know a good amount of Spanish. I'm actually Costa Rican. And
Are you?
I am.
You know that's a cousin of Puerto Rican.
I'm feeling rich about that statement.
There you go.
But I wanted to say that you can bring the most important nonsensical facts in the morning when you come, and you can lay it out on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
always
it, the
fun to do that.
nonsensical facts.
And if you can outdo Freddy, you're amazing.
Because I see the most craziest. Did you see the meteor in Detroit?
Did you see that? It exploded in Michigan?
2.5
An earthquake.
megahertz of earthquake on the ground.
Yeah,
In
pretty
Detroit.
amazing.
In Detroit.
A meteor exploded.
Can
Of
you
all
imagine
places.
driving home and you see this big blue ball?
Have you ever been in Detroit? We
Yes.
lived,
I ran
yes.
through it. I didn't want to stay.
We
It's
used to live
better.
near there.
It's better than being in Hawaii and
And me setting off a ballistic missile?
playing a professional golf tournament and
Having to run?
yeah.
Did you see the guy put his kids in a
Kids
manhole
down.
cover?
Listen, I mean,
What
we at
would you
least
do?
grew up. What
I would
you
go
do?
down a manhole cover.
That's right.
With your kids.
No kids.
No
Even the
kids.
phone. Go get your own manhole cover.
We have 3D Learner on the set with us. You can find us on Facebook and Periscope. Any questions you have, just type them in and we will get to those as well. Or give Joe a call, 888-565-1470. We have been working with 3D Learner. Oh my gosh, it's been maybe 6 months already,
Yeah.
which has been really amazing. And I know we're talking about grandparents and parents. How do they take action? They hear about you on here, and what is their next step?
Well, so thanks to you, we've actually had both parents and a grandparent call us.
Beautiful.
Like they called while they were listening to us on the show. That's my kid. One grandparent, and I have to tell you that 3D Learner sort of started because of a grandparent. I mean, as in my daughter's grandparent. My mom was one of those that said, you know, I think your daughter, I think she's really smart, but looks differently, so learns differently. So yes, this grandparent called and said, I think this is really a lot like my grandson. And 2 days later, mom and grandma came. And 2 weeks later, their son came, and he has been in this amazing, like, talk about a really, really, really smart kid. Yes, certainly some bilingual. And the cool thing is he came over winter break.
Wow.
He left school reading at a level H,
Which
okay,
is like
which is
February of your first grade year.
And he's
Right.
how old?
He's
in second grade.
second grader. Okay, and he was struggling. He didn't feel very good about himself but he is as smart as a whip. So he went back after winter break just last week. You know, those days in between and whatever. Yes, there were. And the teacher tested him, and he went to letter L. Which, okay,
A little over a year
I-J-K-L. I mean, that's 4 grade levels.
No,
in
four levels. A little over grade level.
4 level reading,
Is
which is a
that
little
how
over a
they're
grade level.
testing the kids
Within
now?
3, yeah, so they're doing it A to, yeah.
And then the
A
numbers.
to Z and double Z, yeah, they
Whatever.
get
And
to,
then
but
there's
yes.
numbers.
And
You
there's
didn't have
numbers,
that system?
but no, right now they're
SRA,
actually,
that was
yeah,
a long time
SRA
ago.
was, yeah, that.
I remember the
All that
SRA.
is.
I'm so old,
I
I
had-
remember SRA.
but
I
now they're
had that
using,
system when I was in
Right.
3rd grade.
and they've upped it a little bit, that it used to be you had to be by level B or C by the end of 1st grade. Now you actually have to be level B or C by the end of kindergarten. So this young man was a second grader, is a second grader, now loving life because he's feeling so really cool about himself. And then we had a mom of a kindergartner who actually heard Mom Online, I think, right?
I actually heard when Mom Online was there, and she actually called us from her car, drove over to our facility.
She was there when we came back from
and,
here.
and
she's like, I'm not waiting.
And here's one of the things that like really drives me insane, but I want to credit the mom for being the mom who she is. The school had actually assessed this kid for a speech problem when he was in pre-K. He got to kindergarten. They just continued with what it was, not addressing his reading problems per se.
He just needs speech, because that's
he just
what he
needs
came
more
in.
speech. And I was at a meeting last week at the school, and the special ed person labeled him the most improved student in the last 6 weeks.
Wow.
So yeah.
Since his mom called
Now
us.
that's amazing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it is. I mean,
that's
look,
an accomplishment.
We totally get the fact that there's, and it sounds too good to be true, but the truth is that for some of these kids, when they just need to be, right? You just need to be able to have the path that shows them the path of least resistance, but also what goes to their strengths, and let them actually really read things that they want to be able to read.
And the fact that the teacher acknowledged it.
That's
huge also, that they noticed it, that this child was working with you, and, and they took it from your classroom to their classroom, and they were acknowledged. So the child feels successful.
And it's a team. Like, this
school.
isn't just sort of our doing it, and it's, I mean, the parents working involved, but certainly the teachers have a tough job. And quite honestly, I think what we're finding now is that teachers are realizing, and hopefully that we're recognizing that we're a team to be able to try and work with them. This isn't about the fact that they're doing something wrong, or that they're just, the truth is, we all need, when you have a classroom, you were a classroom teacher, when you have a classroom teacher, we have a lot of kids that are learning differently, and now more than ever, kids are learning differently. There is just no doubt about the fact that kids are different today than even when we were kids, Freddie. I mean, there were a number of the kids that were really visual learners or experiential. Johnny, how you're getting the on the spot. I mean, it's a little hard to be able to learn how to do this by reading it from a book. And that's
right,
really
if we gave you a manual, you'd say, huh?
Don't do the example with the book, because I never understand that example.
But if we wrote down, there's always corporate manuals about what to do.
Right?
Step
Did you
one.
show
in the
what
corporate
to do,
world?
In the corporate world,
yes.
There's the business manuals, even in the medical world. I know we had a whole training manual when we hired new front girls. But there was no way you could even sit, okay, and call this insurance company. When this insurance company tells you no, they're not going to pay, what do? You need to really train someone, and that's what it is with 3D Learner.
Right.
What do you see for these kids down the road? You're a visionary. You're a visual learner.
I'm a visual learner, but my vision for these kids is that they can be outrageously successful if we, if there are different people that have said follow their passion. It's up to us as the adults around them to be able to try and find out what's good, what they are good at. And not everybody learns this. I mean, I know it sounds very cliche, but not everyone does learn the same way. And the truth is, they actually have to experience it, and they have to be able to experience what fun words can be. Why do we have these crazy letters anyway? And I'm supposed to be able to learn all the sounds for them, and somebody thinks that just getting those sound patterns is okay. Full disclosure, I was in bed last week with the flu, so I got to be able to read and listen to a whole lot of crazy TV, right? And you know how much Wayfair is? It's done and fun. Well, done is D-O-N-E, and fun is F-U-N. Okay, and F-O-N-E. Okay,
and how about phone?
Okay, so then I started to play with D-O-N-E is done, and B-O-N-E is bone, and
That's Bon.
Right, and then
Bon has an E.
And then
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. I mean, we try to be able to teach these kids these rules of what the sounds are, when really it was somebody got to make up this mug and call it a mug, and then somebody else calls it a cup, and somebody else calls it something else. I mean, we got to be able to name these items, and then somebody got to figure out how to spell them. Nobody really went, oh, right, I think I'm going to follow that rule.
The amazing thing to me is that we're even discussing that these kids are different.
Well,
that is what's truly mind-boggling to me, because they are children,
but that's
and
the
they
change.
learn. And to me, we're going to go to commercial break and come back and talk about all the labeling that we do. But they're kids, and why we're even discussing a visual learner being treated differently than someone who sounds phonetically should not even be part of the discussion. These are children, these are people, and they should all be treated with love and respect. And to be taught to their strengths.
And come from varying backgrounds, right?
And with that, we're going to take a commercial break. 888-565-1470, and we will be right back.
Awesome.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What
a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
feel silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
Hey, I'm Doris Vilk. When life keeps you crazy, the job, the kids, a husband, how do you escape? Fantasize about romantic evenings? Follow the exploits of Hollywood actress Susan Chatham in my erotic novels, Love Arrested and Love Attempted, and revel in Susan's steamy love life. There's lust, passion, and betrayal, but what doesn't kill her makes her insatiable. Buy the ebooks or paperbacks at Amazon. Visit me at DorisVilk.com. That's V as in vibrant. Prepare to be aroused.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening, to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Join Dawn and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
Back on a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
It's the 25th, right?
You can find us on Facebook and Periscope. Today's not the 25th.
No.
At the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
And she believes me.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470. I know we're not at the end of the month. I know we're just at the middle of the month. I don't even know what the date is. Rebecca Wojciechowski. Wojciechowski.
Wojciechowski.
We're going to get you in touch with
If you are listening to today's show, Wojciechowski, we need to talk to you.
She sent me some information actually on a respite care center called Grandma's House, and I want to give them a call because what they offer is amazing, and I have their flyer. They are up in West Palm or Palm Beach Lakes, and they have respite for children. So parents can drop their kids off, special needs kids. It's called Grandma's House, which just sounds like such a comforting, great name, isn't
Ready
it?
to bake cookies.
Excuse me. It's like a clown.
Oh, you're just crazy.
Excuse me. I'm
We're
afraid.
here with
Johnny.
Learner.
Yeah.
Johnny, you're afraid, Johnny.
Johnny, you're good over there?
I'm
Johnny,
great.
are you a visual learner? Or do you
Visual
just...
learner. I am. I'm a visual and hands-on learner.
Perfect.
Yeah,
well,
that's our kid.
You like to build
Johnny,
stuff?
you want to know something?
I do.
Everything you see around here, I read out of a comic book. You don't get no more visual than that. Listen, I got a bone to pick. I've been trying to be nice on how to...
I see that you're being very quiet
Yeah, because
today.
I'm thinking in my head, because I don't want to... Because I know everything's a show and everything else. But the bottom line here is, Mama Online she won a gift or she heard about it or something, and she came forward and it helped her kid, right? I mean, the object of the game.
The kid that we had that heard from mom online. Yes, exactly.
So I think that what we'll do is we're doing a new segment where we're going to go out and do more interviews and more mom online at different schools and get involved, because it seems to me that no matter how much you put it on TV, radio, cable,
wherever.
anywhere,
being live, nothing like it.
that you look at it and you say, you know, I gotta get my kids some help, and then the phone rings and there's Margarita Golda. We're gonna go hang out and drink some bacalao down the street, and there goes that.
Down the street.
So
it evaporates.
Good for you. That's a really good point.
You know what I'm saying?
The real risk is the kid's on this treadmill. And what parents do very often is they get very concerned for a moment, and then life distracts them.
That's right.
And very often what happens is the schools say, well, your kid's doing well enough, and your kid will catch up.
Right.
And the statistics are overwhelming. Almost 90% of the kids who struggle in first grade are going to struggle in fourth grade. 70% of the kids who struggle in third grade are going to struggle in 12th grade. They're not going to get better by themselves, and it's a huge risk. And most programs, like we've had people who spent $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 in programs or in private schools, but they don't teach the way the kid learns. They don't identify or address the attention and vision issues. They don't teach the kid how to visualize what they're reading. And the kid has the potential to be phenomenally better if they're plugged in. And what these moms did, one mom did one thing. She just called us, 561-361-7495.
This guy's good.
Okay. She just went on and just picked up the phone and called. The other just went right to the website.
3dlearner.com/assessment.
Right. Okay.
She's good too.
And filled out the online assessment, and literally she called us right when she finished the assessment. The assessment was on my computer. We had this great discussion, and we put her kid on the pathway to success. So it can happen relatively quickly.
Well, let's go over this slide. Johnny,
Well,
can you put that slide
minute.
up again? I want Mark to read through the...
I know, but let me ask Mark a question
Okay.
on that point. If your house is on fire, right, and there are 13, 14 people living in this house, you call the fire department, or you wait till it burns down and kills everybody?
Here's the challenge. You're exactly right, Freddy, but here's the problem with this. This is kind of like the boiling...
It's like a smolder.
The boiling frog story. If it
Boiling
never
frog
story, if you have a frog and you lose the mic, you're in trouble. What happens is, if the temperature is hot and it just keeps getting a little bit hotter, the frog never responds, and winds up dying because
boils.
Right, and he's dead. What happens in school is, schools are good about giving parents this nice feeling.
Pat on the back.
You know, it's your kid's doing well. He's got good grades. Mom does the homework. Mom does the projects. Okay, the kid does well on those kind of things. And he fails his tests, but on the average, he's getting B's, C's and B's. Okay, but his reading is 2 or 3 years below grade level.
In comprehension, especially.
In comprehension, and the school doesn't even measure that.
So you're going to let the house burn?
No, the house is going to burn, right. but there's no fire. In other words, there's
it's not an emergency.
It's not a clear and present danger. Like if there was a fire in this room right now, you'd act so fast, it'd be amazing. But this is one of those invisible problems, because you ever been to the doctor and him not take your blood pressure? Doesn't happen.
No, it happens.
But it doesn't happen most of the time.
But yes.
It doesn't happen very often.
Yes.
Schools very often measure reading fluency.
But then this is my problem.
Right.
What's driving me nuts is that it isn't an invisible problem. It is a huge problem.
It is a huge problem.
It's the biggest problem we have today with kids is we're allowing them to fail.
And it's okay.
But it's because we're not looking at the risk factors.
Well, right.
And that's what the slide that Mark had. It's the risk factors that parents need to say, wait,
which slide is
Where's the first?
The first slide, Johnny?
Right
Johnny,
there.
first.
Perfect.
Got
because
it.
as we're in this smolder and your kid is scooching by the system, and then it comes down to standardized tests, these are the risk factors for those who are listening and not watching us of what we're looking at. So, Mark Amir, what are we looking at?
We just even saw a young man just this last week who, by the way, was actually not doing really well. But the parents it was suggested by the school that actually, instead of waiting till failing third grade, let's hold you back in second grade. So they're glasses to read this.
No, I get it. At this point, they still don't know his reading comprehension level.
So this poor child is a second grader repeating second grade again, as smart as a whip, but okay, let's just double up on doing these kinds of things. But they never, and the parents were given this, yeah, well, let's just keep going. But the second year in a row, he's still not doing really any better. And guess what? They've not actually even taken him to be able to assess for any sort of learning issues.
So your risks say they're doing well enough with no action.
No action.
Your kids are just scooching by and they're doing okay.
Did you say scooching by?
Scooching by.
Scooching by.
And then, or tutoring and doing other extra help things that aren't making a difference.
Right.
You're doing tutoring after school, things that aren't really making that difference to get them to the next level.
Because the tutoring, by and large, is helping kids get them through the homework. And they figure if they do the homework and they get the homework done that they're handing it in, they're not really making any beneficial difference in changing the way the child is understanding or making the material in a way that these kids are getting it. And actually really, it's when you, aha moments. These kids need, as visual and hands-on learners, I mean, you'll attest to this, right? When you understand something, it's definitely a, aha, I get it. And we aren't giving these kids these opportunities to be able to do it. And it's not that hard.
No, I get what you're saying. But you know,
thanks, Johnny.
I just, for me, in Japan, if you don't do well in school, you insult your family. Okay? It's a culture. It's the way they do it. And what I'm saying is that we should get a little bit more strict on failing and don't accept failing.
Can I say this though? You're right, but there's ways you measure things. So we get kids come in, right? He's third grader. He's on the AB honor roll. How's he doing?
He should be doing well.
He's
Everybody happy?
Right. Guess what?
Guess what? He takes the third grade test and fails it.
Then we're not happy.
Does that happen?
Yes, it happens all the time because he got good grades because his class participation was good. He handled all his homework. He did all his projects really well. Thanks, Mom. And he was getting good grades. But his reading comprehension was over 2 years below grade level.
And he hates to read because he avoids it.
But you're looking at a classic example. AB honor. I got skipped. My reading comprehension was in the toilet. It's the reason I talk the way I talk.
It's a systemic. It's just besides the fact that you're from the Bronx, but it's a systemic failure. But there's one other risk, which if we go to the next slide on dyslexia, there are people who, right now, there's a war on dyslexia. Everybody, dyslexia is the word of the year or the word of the decade.
Dyslexia? I thought ADHD was.
No, it's changed to dyslexia.
Okay.
And dyslexia is defined as a problem with the word symbol relationship.
Is it
sound symbol
when it
relationship?
Moves around the word?
No. Okay, so that's the interesting thing is, that's a great question.
No, go ahead.
Dyslexia is defined by the International Dyslexia Association as a sound symbol problem.
They don't recognize the sounds of BA as being ba, for instance.
Okay.
Like PH is F.
Right.
Right, exactly. They it was initially called like word blindness. They just don't get that that's that symbol.
Now, we've had kids.
That's what's wrong with them.
We've had kids, again, come into our office who've been through 3 years of dyslexia training. They're now reading at the 5th grade level in 5th grade, which everybody sounds good, right? Mm-hmm. Comprehending at the 1st grade level.
Why is that?
Because this kid learns, because reading fluency, I probably was reading at the graduate level in Hebrew when I got my bar mitzvah.
You had no idea what you were reading.
I had no idea what I was reading, okay? If I spend all my time teaching you how to read fluently and I'm successful, guess what you read?
Fluently.
But you don't, whether you understand it or not, it's a whole nother question.
That was what I was going to ask you. You read, you know the words, but do you understand what the hell you're reading?
That's the
That's
the Puerto Rican problem.
At 3D Learner, what we do, when a student comes to us, what's called a focus assessment, we measure their reading speed and comprehension, their vocabulary level, what their eyes are doing when they're reading, we'll show that later, and then how well they pay attention to that, which is boring. When you have that picture, you actually know where the kid's at, and we've also, previously at our online assessment, assessed, does a kid learn differently? And the parents will go, we had a parent yesterday says, the father's in the building business and the mom's a realtor. They're both very visual, very successful people, but how does their kid, what's the chances of a general contractor learning differently? Probably 100% are they're in the wrong business.
Well, let's go through some of the characteristics of the 3D learner.
Okay.
Well, so 3D learner is someone that actually really likes to be, is good at building things, right? Taking things apart.
The Lego child.
The Lego child. The Lego kid is sort of the classic kid. Sometimes they like to draw. Sometimes, depending on how old they are, sometimes they don't anymore because they've been criticized by what it is that they learn. But a 3D learner is someone that learns best when they see and experience information, right? So like Johnny was saying, like hands-on but visual, and they have to be shown what to be able to do. They're also the kid that thinks in different sorts of ways and comes up with really creative ideas about how to do something. Sometimes they use the wrong words, but I
love the strengths that you have on here. Improve attention and reduce stress. Who
wouldn't
even want that as
right?
an adult? And if we can use those skills as a child and transition that into adulthood, improve eye teaming, balance mind, body coordination. Again, Freddie, maybe I'd be able to make those baskets into our designer liners. Reading comprehension, which is so critical, but the self-esteem, the self-advocacy skills, to stand up for yourself and believe in who you are as a child, the younger the better, to know that you've got the self-confidence to handle it in school. And that goes through, and once you have that self-confidence, then that will eliminate some of the eating disorders. That will eliminate some of the bullying. It just speaks volumes, that one little piece.
So the other big buzzword of this year or these few years is also mindset. And being able to create a mindset of what is possible. This parent that I just spoke to this morning, I said, there's a very big difference when you talk, these kids are wanting to be able to reach a goal. She goes, I feel like I'm bribing my kid all the time. And I said, well, it's not really a bribe. Most people don't want to work if they don't get paid, right? And honestly, for a child, it's being able to have that visual about their goal, about what they need. And there's a difference in language when you say, we can do this when you're finished, versus threatening that if you don't finish this, you can't go for ice cream, or you can't go outside and play. And that difference, and she said, whoa, I didn't stop to think about the pictures we create from our language, and the language positive, and that whole positive mindset about what our kids can do, and we need to be able to look for that. And once the kids have that, their self-concept soars, and it's amazing. It's that definite positive spiral, right? Instead of a negative spiral, that if you think you can do this, and then you try it, and you've had some success, even if it's not 100% success, if you've had, success breeds success. And you're willing to be able to move forward, and all of a sudden kids have found that actually reading can be fun if they get to listen to it and follow the words. And what a surprise, it's created their own TV show or movie in their head.
It's the delivery of the information.
And
even as adults, it's how you say what you have to say. There are ways to say it respectfully to our children. There are ways to take that same sentence and flip the words around to make it a choice, but it's really not a choice. They need to finish their work, but without the negative sound to it.
Right.
And
we use way too many words sometimes.
And one of the things, Dawn, about what you said before, it's about getting to the next level. At 3D Learner, we like to set unreasonable goals. Okay? Because
I like that.
I was going to say, it sounds like you.
I love that.
Okay? When you set a goal for a kid who's in 4th grade at reading at the 2nd grade level to get to the 5th grade level over the next 5 months, okay? Now all of a sudden you talk about how many books you're going to read, and what are you going to do, your eye exercise, your attention. And by the way, when you do all this, all of a sudden the kid starts getting better grades. He passes his test. He's better at baseball because guess what? What do you think baseball's about? Timing, attention, vision, eye teaming, self-confidence, and the whole thing. So what happens is you get this whole dynamic where it's a win-win-win for the family. It's a win for the kids, win for the school. Nobody loses, but the kid wins big. And I think what's one of the greatest satisfactions we've had this year is having students from 17, 18 years ago who are now doctors, who are now lawyers, who are now architects, and their parents call us to tell us, like when the day the kid passed the bar exam, they called us because they said it all came back to the time 17 years ago when we came down to Coral Springs, where we were at the time.
How does that make you feel?
It's tremendous.
Right?
It's tremendous.
Yeah, sort of melt on the floor. It is. It's exactly so. When you go back to what my vision is we can have so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of kids that can be just that successful.
That's true. And the parents have to understand, in my world, every kid is a 3D learner. In my world.
I bet that's true.
In my world, the way I see things. Because you can make adjustments to what you're going. All you got to do is open a door, and anybody can open a door. Anybody, even me. You open that door, and then on the other side, let's see what happens. But in my world, every kid is a 3D learner, and this can't hurt you.
Well,
it can only help you.
Well, we start out, every child does learn best from modeling, from trying it. I mean, that's
Listen,
the point.
I went to NYU with a 13-year-old kid. I was 17, he was 13. He was my best friend, Jewish kid, right? 13. Wow. No life. He had no life. His father said to me, you can't hang out with Makakai. His name was Makakai. Because you're going to change him. And this kid used to read, and he was going to be a doctor. He was 13. He was the Doogie Howser of NYU. The time, right? My best friend, okay? He was a 3D learner. He learned things he used to speed read. How the hell can you speed read? I couldn't even read it the first time. I had to read it 14 times to get it.
In the speed reading they have you, and I remember going through SRA, how quick could you read it?
Right.
Well, I could read it quickly, but back to the comprehension, and then I'm flipping back and forth with the questions and all these skills, and oh my gosh.
But here's the interesting thing about it is when you get one of these kids that's been in one of these phonics-based programs for 5 years, and they read doing well enough. And what happens is, heart goes out because at the end of the first sentence, they can't remember what the first word was. We've had kids reading at 67, 84, 102 words per minute when they should be reading 250 words a minute. So we don't teach what I call Evelyn Wood speed reading, where you do something that I'm still trying to figure out what it is, but it never worked for me and it never worked for most of the people, but it was a great marketing tool. We actually teach the kid to use their eyes correctly, to use to be focused, improve their attention, to start visualizing what they read, and then to have their eyes move at a speed that they're comfortable with, but they keep improving it. So we'll get a kid reading at 120 words a minute one day, and 4 months later he's reading at 240 words a minute, which means what used to take him 40 minutes to read takes him 20, and he actually understands what he's reading.
Well, that's the key.
What's the phone number?
What's your phone number?
561-361-7495.
Okay, let's do that again.
561-361-7495.
Probably the most important phone number that you can have for your child, okay? For your kid. Now, I'm talking to you as a coach. I'm talking to you as a father. And I'm telling you from my heart, if you don't give your kid a fair shake and a fair chance, and he fails, that's a team failure. That's the whole, everybody fails. Not only him, but everybody. The support system is not there. And what gets me upset is that somebody from Mom Online can come forward. Anybody can come forward. I hate this, let's be nice. I'm not the nice guy.
It's the stress in the house. And the stress in the house, whoever is the parent that is home with the children doing homework, that is the stress in the house. We're going to take a quick commercial break. 888-565-1470, 3dlearner.com, and we will be right back.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye. What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
feel silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant. Want to make your smartphone brilliant?
Do you want extreme focus and a pain-free life, or even better sleep? Take it from the top millionaires and athletes of the world.
Fire and ice! Fire and ice! Fire and ice!
Cryotherapy is the most effective, efficient way to a better life. Stand in our cryotherapy chamber for a quick 3 minutes and instantly heal all chronic pain, burn calories, and increase circulation and collagen. We are conveniently located in Coconut Creek, Florida. please call 954-906-5656. For more information, call 954-906-5656 or visit our website at fireicespa.com.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags, and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we are back on a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. Send in your questions on Facebook. We're answering questions here. We are here with Mark and Mira from 3D Learner. And I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing to myself. When my son was in first grade, the teacher told me, actually in kindergarten, they told me he had a learning disability because he stuttered. And the doctor said he doesn't because his brain is working faster than he can get the words out of his mouth. But he didn't
live
read.
in New York.
He didn't read. His brain was working so fast he couldn't get the words out.
He was from the Bronx.
And then in first grade, he still wasn't reading, but he was in full costume going to school.
How cool is that?
He was in full costume.
Are we surprised at your son?
Thank you very much.
Your son used to wear costumes to school?
Costumes to school.
Like Batman and Robin?
Tigger.
He used to wear that to school.
To school.
And you would let him take
Tin
that to
Man,
school?
you know what? You got to pick your battles. But by first grade, we said maybe we can tone him down, so he would go in like a Fonzie leather
Do you have
jacket.
pictures of this?
Oh, I have pictures. Every day was another costume. Sometimes it was just a tail.
A tail. He went to school with a tail.
But talk about a visual learner, because this was what was
Mr.
important to
Creative,
him.
right.
And Legos. He was fully into Legos and karate, but reading was an issue. So I went online and bought Hooked on Phonics.
Didn't we all?
We got through book 1. That was it. The entire set I bought. I thought I would be prepared because you got a deal if you bought them all. They sat in my garage. They are probably still in my garage, and he is 23
We have
years
one too,
old.
by the way.
So we have
And
that on
he
our
never got
website.
through the
Hooked
system.
on Phonics?
Yeah.
So I bought it because we had the similar sorts of issues, but I had it with my 2 kids, so I figured I was going to be smart. I'd have my older one teach it to my younger one. Yeah, that didn't work. And they won't
both
let me
wanted
give
to
it.
kill her.
But the truth is that they didn't learn that way. It just didn't make any sense
It
to
made
them.
no sense. So what is your assessment like? Because as a parent, we're trying to find something, and we need to know what do we do.
So we
with
have 2
3D?
assessments. Obviously, the first one, which is free, which is online, which is a paper, pencil, or computer. And what's fascinating is that we've had so many parents that have said, "Oh my goodness, I had no idea my kids realized that words were jumping, or that they
saw double.
things, or they saw double, or that they actually really did learn best when someone showed them how to be able to do it." I sort of know this, but everybody's told me that I need to be able to get this phonics. We also have an in-office assessment that takes less than an hour. We have a special for $47 for the end of this month to be able to have any parent call us, and we'll get them in. And what we actually really look at, we look at movement. So we look at their cross midline. So are there If your brain doesn't work together, it's because your body's not working together, which, by the way, is big time for athletes.
Maybe Mira can juggle.
Well, maybe. Remember, I'm really very one-eyed. Balancing is sort of an interesting piece. But so we deal with vision with motor integration. We have something called a visograph. We are the only ones. We are the only educators that have this visograph. Actually, Nova's optometry school has it, and it's really meant to be able to look at how kids' eyes are teaming and what they're doing. You know, we have 2 eyes, and we're actually asked to read. And everybody says, "Oh, my kid's his vision is 20/20." Well, that's 20 feet away at a chart. What we're looking for, as we can sort of see what's happening on this video, is that it really looks at, it graphs. It's kind of like a polygraph, but it graphs what our eyes are, how our eyes are moving when they're reading just a 50-word passage, or even for some of the kids that can't read, that we're looking at numbers. So you can see how on the right that those 2 eyes just, how can you possibly say that reading doesn't involve vision, right? So look, this is a
reading doesn't involve vision.
I know,
yeah,
it's
right.
very
well,
funny
he just
about
threw
that.
me for a loop there.
Okay, but watch this. So this is where the red cursor is where his main eye is reading. So look at how laborious that is, but like they skip and they don't actually really sort of go over every eye. So here it is that they're just trying to be able to
that's
scan.
what he's looking at?
That's
what
where
his strong eye is doing.
Really?
So for those who are listening, this red dot, when you would read from left to right, it is just jumping around. It's not even word after word. It's just all over the place.
That's like that's the way I read.
But I'm telling you, that's how I read.
That's how I read.
And by the way,
Yeah, but
this
how
is
many
common among kids with learning problems.
Right.
So when people say
We got learning problems, Freddy.
when people say dyslexia and vision are not the same issue, they're technically correct. But if I'm a parent, or if one's a parent, you want to know whether your kid's got a vision issue and whether they learn differently. And this is a picture of, the second was a picture of how he read 5 weeks later. So you actually can, in a period of 5 to 8 weeks, make a significant difference in their reading speed and comprehension, and how their eyes team and their attention.
And we have an attention issue as well.
And what we do then, and this works, by the way, whether the kid is 5 years old or 17 years old. And so we now help
55 years old.
We help a number of student athletes.
That's me.
Student athletes whose average isn't where they should be, whose attention is highly variable, whose eyes are moving all over the place, and when they hit the ball, their eyes are actually about sometimes we've seen 1 inch away from where the ball actually is. One of the things is when you do the eye teaming exercise that are designed to improve eye function, you read much more fluently and you hit the ball where it's really at.
On the sweet spot of the bat.
Sweet spot. So the kid's batting average one kid's batting average went from 195 to 405. His home run production went from 1 a season to 10, and his on-base percentage soared because he walked, because he took all those pitches that were outside the strike zone. So pitchers all of a sudden had to start throwing strikes, which gave him a shot to hit home runs.
You know, think about the kids that have visual problems. They have amblyopia. They have lazy muscles. They've been identified. They're trying.
They have what opia?
Amblyopia. They're trying the botulinum toxin. And you know, looking at these kids, that their eyes are not even on the same level. A lazy eye. You help those kids as well, because clearly they're not.
But
you
we
can
certainly
look at
work
them
with
in
vision professionals as well. But really, quite honestly, being able to put it to use, it has to be a team approach. But especially for the kids that are those middle and high school athletes, that academics and reading is the last thing they want to be able to do. So we talk about let's getting your timing and your vision and your attention.
You gotta have the grades. If you don't have the grades, they don't let you play.
Now more than ever.
Scholarships, teams are not willing to give you a scholarship unless you think you can stay. But here's the interesting thing. While it helps the elite athlete, it also helps the kids who are clumsy. We had a kid who hadn't knocked in a run in 3 years of Little League. He came in one day and said, "Mark, I can't stay the whole hour and a half. I have to leave after an hour." I said, "What's up?" He said, "Well, I used to bat 9th. Now I'm batting 4th in the order, which is the best spot in the order." He had knocked in 2 runs the week before. He got in the first 2 hits, hit the first one over the shortstop's head. The second one, he said, "I'm going to do what Mark suggests. I'm going to hit this one over the second baseman's head." Hit it over the second baseman's head, got a double. Okay? Felt like $1 million. Because the truth of the matter is, when you improve your academic performance and your athletic performance as a kid, life's good.
It's a win-win. I want parents to get the information before we run out of time. How to find you, where to find you.
So find us at www.3dlearner.com, or you can even certainly find us on Facebook at 3D Learner. Please join the conversation. And you can certainly call us at 561-361-7495.
And for those who want to,
books too.
So we have our books, Life is a Ball, which is really quite, a fun poetry kind of short thing about
You watched
how
TV when
kids
you were
learn.
sick? I read Life is a Ball.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, yay! And 3D Learner being able to try and help parents. And just so you understand, also on Thursday night, the 25th, we're having a fun ladies event, and we do this twice a month, actually. You can find us on Facebook and find our Facebook group,
Wine and Wine.
Wine and
That sounds like
Wine.
a
It's
typical
a
woman
wonderful
problem.
place to be able to. It's awesome, and we will
I
be
bet.
introducing you to new friends. And
bet.
it's
Real
Wine
quick,
and Wine, boys and beer.
Tony Gwynn,
Right.
San Diego Padres, closest man to hit 400, he said that his eyes used to speak three ways: speed, agility of where the ball was, and where to place the sweetness on the bat on the ball. And he was able to do that because
All
his
three.
eyes spoke to all three.
and by the way, for those football fans, Larry Fitzgerald, probably the greatest receiver ever at finding the ball in space, had the most vision training as a kid.
Why do boys always do this? It always comes back to sports. Thank
Where
you, Mark.
is
Thank
it?
you, Mir.
Thank you for having us.
That's how Wine and Wine.
That's
come
their
in.
wine,
Our wine and
boys
wine.
and beer.
That's our beer and boasting.
There you go. Beer and Bo-
Beer
That's
and
it. Beer and
I like
boasting.
it.
Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Beer and
Hi,
boasting.
I'm Danielle, and this is Jason Alexander, and we are Tailored Soul Entertainment Services. Call us for your next event at 561-352-9190. And as we always say, feel that heat, we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I wanna rock with you all night. 561-352-9190. I look forward to hearing from you.
And breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day.